What's up, everybody? DJ New Paddocks, and back with another penny box, or I should say Lincoln Memorial cent box. This one's a little heavier than the last. If you watched my last video, you'll notice that I had some pretty horrible penny boxes. So this one's a little heavier, and it has quite a few less shield cent enders. So let's go ahead and hopefully only need this box for the video. If not, I'll wait until I get another box and pair it with this one. Hopefully this one turns out to be better than the last. Looks like a nice copper right there to start it off. So let me crack into roll number 1 and I'll let you know what we find. We're on roll number 5 and we've actually got a wheat cent in the roll. 1944 Philly. And if you look right back here, we got another one. And that one is a 1946. I do believe that is a Denver. Well, in 5 rolls, we've already have got more wheat cents as we have in my last 2 boxes. Well, guys, I just wanted to give you a little update. I had to take time off from this hunt, and we were through 10 rolls, and of course, if you remember right, we had the 2 wheat cents. The only other thing I really found, I think I got a couple S's sitting somewhere here too, but was a couple of 09 Philadelphia minted buys. I think they're the form, I forget what they call them now. Are they bicentennials? I'm not sure. Anyways, that in really nice shape. I did check that one there for the double thumb, but I didn't see it. And while I was out, I had some stuff to do, which I always hate. I had to interrupt this hunt. While I was out, I was able to track down another box of pennies. So we will make this a 2-box penny hunt. Last time I picked up a box, this one here, the 0 there is kind of messed up, but it's from April 22nd, 2020. And the last time I picked up a box marked from 2020, it was a pretty good box. Hopefully it's a good box. We'll see when we get into it. We'll finish up these last 40 rolls of this box and move on to the next. Let me get this stuff out of the way and we'll finish up that box. We're on roll 25. Just got it laid out, and we had a wheat cent, almost an ender. The 2016 saved it from the ring of death. What do we got here? A 1953 from Denver. We're on roll 28, and just got it laid out, and we've got a wheat cent back here. Let's pull that thing out. Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. It is a 1940 from Philadelphia. We're on roll 33, and I can see the back. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Right there of a wheat cent. This will be wheat cent number 5. And it is a 1955 Denver. I've got a stack here of stuff to look through for varieties. As soon as I get through that 7 more rolls, I'll look through the varieties and I'll check these wheat cents, because I haven't been checking those either for any kind of variety sale as well. So let me finish up this roll and finish up these next 7, and then we'll do some variety checking. We're on roll, so it'd be roll 36, and I see some wheats, and they look pretty old. What do we got here? Had to check where that BDB, you never know. It's not really that old, but it's a 44S. I think. Let me check again. And it is 1944S. And then while you're here, I can see towards the back, we're going to have our first Canadian. This is wheat cent number 6 and Canadian number 1. And it looks like it's a 74. Canadian number 1 and wheat cent number 6. Alright, let me finish up this roll. Well, like I had said, I went ahead and went through all the variety coins that I put aside. The only thing I came across was a 60D with an RPM on it. I haven't taken the time to figure out exactly which RPM it is, but I'll show you on the laptop. Give me 2 seconds to set up the tripod, and I'll be right back. Okay, there's so many that it would take me a minute to figure out which one it is. But as you can see right here on the D, you can see the little extra divot here and the slight one right up here, and it's pretty circulated, but you can still slightly see the line right here. If I had to put a number on it, it's probably the 060 or 061. I'm not positive, but don't quote me on that one. It is, though, as you can see, the large date. So that's one way to kind of, when you look at the RPMs for 1960, how to kind of minimize down which ones you're looking for, because there is listings for the small date and large date RPMs on Variety Vista, which is one of the sites that I post down below. So if I have time, I will look this one up later and edit it in, but it is definitely an RPM, not one of the major ones. So let me go ahead and jump into the next 10 rolls. We're on roll 44, and we're going to have Canadian number 2, and by the portrait, it's going to be an older one. Well, not old, but pre-1964, 5, sorry. Got a young head, 1960. We're on roll 45, and I can see a date towards the back here. We got a 1957 from Denver. That will be wheat cent number 7. Well, that box is officially hunted. And in that box, we came up with the 2 Canadians, 7 wheat cents. I got a few S minted pennies, 268s, 269s, and 364s. And then we got that 60 RPM. So, give me 2 seconds, I'll break out that next box. Well, I got the next box open, and not seeing any wheat back enders. And the box is slightly heavier than normal, so I can definitely see some Crody ones. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into this box. Wait a minute, what did I see there? Was that a 52? No, I don't think so. $85. Alright, let's crack into it. We're on roll number 2, and we've already got a wheat cent. I can see the wheat ears. Looks like it is. Whoop, where did it go here? In slightly rougher shape. I lost it. Let me know if you see it. Oh, right there. Definitely seen some rough circulation. Let's flip and see what we got. 1956 Philadelphia wheat cent. First wheat cent of this box. We're on roll 3. And 1 coin from being an ender. We got our first Canadian of the box. It's a newer design, so let's flip and check. 1993. We're on roll number 6, and we had a forward-facing wheat cent that I didn't see the date on. We got a 1956D. wheat cent number 2 of the box. We're in roll number 9, and we've got Canadian number 2. See if we can find it. Right there it is. And it's a newer one. L'Oreal portrait, I do believe they called that. 1965, 1 year off being a young head. We're on roll number 12, and we're going to have Canadian number 3, and that's a 1968. Oop. Canadian number 3. Come on, wheat cents. We've only found 2 of those, so let me jump back into this roll. Same roll, and you can barely tell that it is one, but we got wheat cent number 3. This thing has definitely seen better days. Let's flip and see what we got. Yeah, it's a 40, looks like a 44. I do believe that's a D there. It is a 44D. Definitely seen better days. We're on roll 18, and we now have Canadian number 4. So we got 3 wheats, 3 and 4 Canadians. Oops. This is a fairly new design. 2000 Canadian. Same roll, and I just got something kind of cool. It's a 1975D with 2 counter stamps on it. A map of the United States of America and the Liberty Bell. And you can see there's a little glue on the front here. Plus when you flip it over, this must have been on a some kind of set. Now I've also come across 1975s. I can't remember if they were the D or the P's, but they'll have the actual state stamped up here. I think I found an Idaho and Oklahoma and one other one. I don't remember which one the other one was. So I'm wondering, this must have been a series they did in 1975 where they did all 50 states. And then obviously this must have been the end of that series. Kind of cool find. Actually, I just sold the Idaho and the Oklahoma on eBay. So I'll probably put this one on there after I get the glue gunk off of it and see if the person that bought the other ones wants this one. Roll 19, and we got another Canadian. This is a 2001 Canadian number 5. Hopefully we run into a vein of wheat cents as well. We're on roll 22, and I see some wheat backs here that aren't in the greatest of shape, but they're wheat backs nonetheless. And let's flip it and see what we got here. 1947 from Denver. That'd be wheat cent number 4, I do believe. We're on roll 24, and I got a date here sticking out. Sorta. It's pretty beat up, but I know it's a wheatie. It's gonna be the oldest of the box so far. 1934 from Denver. And it is showing its 90 years of circulation for sure. But it is wheat cent number 5. 5 wheats, 5 Canadians tied up. We're on roll 27, and 1 coin from the end, almost an ender here. We got another set of wheats. Let's see what we got here. This will be wheat cent number 6, and that is in 1941. I do believe that's a D. Whoop, get back here. No, a 41S. Wheat cent number 6, San Francisco minted, 1941. Roll 29, and yet again, 1 from the end, saved from being an ender. We've got a 1956 from Denver, wheat cent number 7. We're on roll 31, and I see a foreign towards the back here. Right. Nope. Nope. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Maybe that was it. Ha ha ha. Yep, there it is. We got another Canadian L'Oreal portrait from 1980. Canadian number 7. Tied back up. We're on roll 36, and I don't know how I missed this, but I did. It must have been on the back side and I didn't look at both ends. We've got a really nice looking reverse of a wheat cent here. It's got some great detail to it. Let's flip it over and see what we got. 1958D. Wheat cent number 8, and it's a stunner. Well, there is some environmental damage on the front there, obviously, but it's got a beautiful back on it. So the one time I don't check both ends and I get an ender, I'm just glad, being the stunner that it is, that the crimper didn't get it. We're on roll 39, and we're gonna have Canadian number 8. That is a 1994. That's 8 Canadians, 8 wheat cents. Roll number 40 here. You can see to the back here, we got a date sticking out again, and it's a 19. Get over here. 58 from Denver. Second 58D of the box. Wheat cent number 9. Well, I just pulled out the microscope, and the only variety I found was an RPM on this 1958D. Let me throw it under the scope and I'll show you what I'm looking at. Okay, as you can see the notching up here. Just it's slight, and then down here as well. This I came to determine is RPM 011. And one of the ways, let me flip it real quick, I figured that out is there's some die markers on this one. Let me zoom out again. And one of the main die markers is on the reverse in the wheat stalks here. You can see right there. You'd think it's damaged, but it's really not. It's actually a die chip inside this wheat stalk right here, and that is one of the main die markers for the 011 RPM on the 58D. Not a major find, but at least it was found on that one stunner ender that we found. Alright, let's move on to the last 10 rolls. Well, that didn't take long. We're on roll 41, and I can see some more wheat stalks. This is wheat cent number 10. And it is a 1946 from Denver. Wheat cent number 10. We're on roll 42. And I usually don't pull these out, but this one looks pretty cool. And it is a, see if we can find it here again. Boy, oh boy, where did it go? Where did it go? I do believe it's going to be, give me 2 seconds here. Alright, it's right here. It's a 1980D. See if we can get it on camera. Yeah, there it's showing up. They call these woodies, and it's because of the improper annealing, I do believe, of the planchet. And what it is you can see a wood grain all across the front. I don't know if it's on the back. Don't look like it's transferred to the back, but across the front you can see what looks to be wood grains. I'll set it aside. I usually don't keep them, but this one's actually pretty cool looking, so I may just keep this one. Roll 43, and we've got Canadian. I do believe this is going to be number 8, and it is a 1986. We're on roll 44, and just like the last one, we got another Canadian. This will make number 9. And it is from 2001. We're on roll 48, and where is it? Right there. We're going to get wheat cent number 11. This here is a 1947 from Denver. Wheat cent number 11. Well, it's official. That box is hunted. And that was a pretty good hunt. I came across 359Ds in pretty good shape. None of them had the RPMs. We got the 9 Canadians, all laureate portrait if I remember correctly. I got a 69, a stack of 70, a couple 72s, and a couple 74 S's. None of those are DDOs. We got that counter stamped 1975 USA Liberty Bell, that 80 Woody, and 11 wheat cents, oldest being the 34, and then of course we got the 58D RPM. And then of course in the last box we got 7 wheat cents total in that one, 2 Canadians, another stack of San Francisco, and then we got that 1960D RPM from that one as well. So not too bad for 2 out of 2 boxes. We ended up with 18 wheat cents and 11 Canadians and some other various varieties. So not bad compared to the last 2 boxes I went through. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, maybe learned something, and I'll post a link right up here from my eBay page. Some of this might make it on there. Might have something you need, you never know. So until next time, everybody, hope you're finding some great stuff like I just did, and happy hunting, everybody.